when we hook up with them. But Marie Cosgrove is on the line with us this morning. And Marie, you're in New York City, huh?
I am in New York City this morning.
Yeah. So what's going on there?
So just here for business meetings, and I fly out tomorrow. So.
Oh. Well, Marie's conversation with us this morning brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Marie is the author of a book with a very long title. Greater. Let me get this straight, because I could mess it up very easily. Greater Fortune: Essential Lessons from the Entrepreneur Who Bought the Company That Fired Her. Marie, I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Hey, since the book came out, I'm sure that you've heard some wonderful things about it, but since the book came out as well, we have had a bit of a change in our economy, and not for the better. It is to the point that people are predicting a recession. Some people say just a short one. Some people say a very deep one. It's kind of scary for folks right now, isn't it?
It is. It is very scary, and I see that from people from all walks of life. I just did a talk at Full Throttle in Tampa, and it was to a group of entrepreneurs, highly successful. They were very stressed about it, and we actually did an exercise on it. And, fear, I believe it's false evidence appearing real, because it's not here yet, and we're already stressing about it. And so I believe that we need to take control, and it starts at home, because we're focusing on the media, what the media says, the news says, our administration, the debt we're in. And this is a worldwide problem. And of course, it's because of COVID, prices have gone up, you've had supply chain issues, and you don't have the same rate of increase in salaries. So salaries are the same, yet food costs more, gas prices are going up, everything you buy costs more, and it costs more to make, because I know I have a manufacturing company and our prices are going up. So when our clients say, why are your prices going up? Well, our costs are going up. Mm-hmm. So I can see where this is going and why it's a worldwide problem, but you could still take control of where you are right now. So take a look at where you are now. What can you do? Look at your budget. If you have an extra $10 to pay off that credit card, say your minimum payment is $50, you have an extra $10, pay the $60 and start working towards getting out of debt now. Start preparing. But also, if you're extremely stressed, that's not going to help you, and that's going to start affecting your financial stability as well. So what I mean by that is, when you're stressed, your heart rate goes up and you start making decisions that are not healthy. So you're stressed out about, the economy, and what if I lose my job, and what if this and that. So you get offered a loan with a high interest and you take it. Oh, they just approved me for, $20,000 or whatever, $10,000. I can use that. But it's a high interest, and that's not a smart decision. Mm-hmm. So you need to make sure that you're not stressed, your anxiety levels, you're able to control that. And now, I'm not saying don't have emotions, because that's being human, right? Yeah. It's normal to have emotions. What I'm saying is, when emotions take over, that you lose control and anxiety takes over. So that's when you have to look at yourself. Where are you right now? And is it something that's so overwhelming? Don't be afraid to seek help. We live in a society where if you seek help, you might feel, some sort of shame that, you're afraid that someone's going to think that you're not strong enough or your faith is not there. But there's nothing wrong with seeking help, maybe from a financial advisor, taking a look at your finances. Talk to a life coach. Talk to a counselor if your anxiety is off the charts. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that is so important to have a check, a mental check. Where are you now? Take a step back and then start taking steps that are going to help you now.
We cover a lot of high school and college basketball here on WCCS, and everybody appreciates a good rebounder, and Marie has been rebounding from things her entire life. This sort of adversity, no matter how deep we get into it, Marie, there usually is some sort of way to rebound from whatever it is that we found ourselves in, whatever that situation might be. And we need to remember that, don't we, when we're in the depths of a situation?
Absolutely, absolutely. And, when I lost my job as a single mom of 4 kids, it was not a good economic time. And then I started a company when 50% of the FDA clearances were being denied. So what I say is, look at opportunities. We are so conditioned and trained to look at adversity and say, oh no, and we start stressing about it. But whenever there's adversity, there's opportunity. So right now, more than ever, there are opportunities. I mean, I just got a new talk show called The Moxie Experience, and I interviewed great guests, the creator of Baldo, the only Hispanic family on comic strip syndicated that comes out with Garfield and all the big names, and a producer of Endgame and Go For It, which is a great movie. And these people started later in life. They started with just an idea. And you don't have to, like my friend Carmen Moron, she didn't have filmmaking experience. Her film was bought by Lionsgate, then took on by HBO, featured in 200 theaters, had no experience in film, just had a dream and went for it. But now with, I was talking to Hector Cantu, he also was teaching a class in creative writing in Dallas. And the students now, they're taking their creativity and putting it on the web. And there are people that are amassing great followers following their work. So you don't have, you look at the opportunity out there. So, yeah, maybe you can't make it in Hollywood. Go and make your own, like, my friend Carmen did. She just went and made her own film outside Hollywood. Then Hollywood came to her and bought it. So we have so many opportunities now more than ever. And we need to look at those. Don't give up on your dream. And that doesn't mean quit your job and go for your dream. Like Hector Cantu, when I interviewed him, he said that he was working as a journalist. He had a dream of having a syndicated comic strip, which is very rare because there are very few people that are syndicated. Look at your Sunday paper. There aren't very many cartoons there. Yeah. And he did it at age 40. So he worked on it on the side. So don't give up on your dreams. Focus on, where you are right now, what you can do with your current situation, and look at those opportunities. What is your passion, and start working towards that on the side. And that's going to keep you motivated and inspired.
Marie Cosgrove is our guest this morning. We're talking about recession anxiety. Marie, when we have downward economic indicators all across the board, as America does right now, should that necessarily impede your desire to do great things and to reach for those dreams?
Absolutely not. Yeah, this is the time when you should. And if you look at historically, some of the biggest companies got started during recessions, during downturns, even during the Great Depression. So those are the people that are the innovators, the visionaries, and that's why it is so important to, look at yourself. What are your skill sets? What are your strengths? What are your passions and your desires? How can you make life better for someone else? And when you start thinking in those terms, how can you improve the community and what can you do to add value to those around you? That's when the ideas start coming up. But when we start thinking about our problems and, self-sabotage happens. And so those are ways that you can avoid that and look at those opportunities.
Do those techniques also apply to someone who might not have great dreams but is just a family person trying to keep the family going through financial struggles?
Absolutely. You just want to take care of your family. You enjoy going to work. Just take a look at, where you are, your family. Look at the big picture the next 15 years, because when we look at short-term big recession, yeah, that can be very scary. When you look at, my kids are going to grow up, I'm going to have grandchildren, you're going to get past this. You've already overcome quite a bit in your past. We've had recessions before, and so we've been able to overcome. So, yes, even if you're just, you don't have a big dream to do something huge, you enjoy life, you enjoy your family, that is enough to keep you going. And you just enjoy life and enjoy today, where you are today. Take a look at that. Take it step by step.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay.
One of the great things about that, I think, is if you display that type of attitude, then those around you are going to pick up on that, and maybe that will help to change their outlook as well.
Absolutely. I have one of the workshops that I do. I have this. It's a silly thing. It's an energy stick, but we form a circle and we're all connected. And this energy stick lights up and makes a bunch of noise. But then when one person just lets go, it dies out, and it shows how that is so real. We are so connected. This is true. You smile at someone and they smile back. You have a bad attitude, someone's going to have a bad attitude. We've had lots of cancellations. I had a cancellation when I traveled with my son, and everybody was upset because the pilot said the flight is canceled indefinitely. So people were yelling, and they were so upset at customer service, and the agents were upset too. And they said, you know what? You get out of line, and we'll call security. And it was ugly. And I just smiled, and I said, I know you're having a hard day. I've had lots of cancellations, but I know you can help me. And she did. She called her manager, and she did everything she could to get me on another flight and get me to my destination. And it changes everything. So maybe somebody else is having a bad day, but if you're still, and I know it's hard because you want to react to how they reacted towards you, but it's how you respond. Yeah. And so if you take control on how you respond, you can shift that for somebody else. And you'd be surprised. Someone who's mistreating you will totally shift their attitude, and they may even apologize to you for being a jerk if they're being a jerk towards you.
Marie, where are we going to find more about you?
You can follow me I'm at Resilient Expert on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, mariecosgrove.com. And you can get my book on Amazon or anywhere books are sold.
Beautiful. Have a wonderful day today, Marie.
You too. Thank you. Great talking to you.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, 101.1 FM and AM 1160